For me, the weekend is all about sitting in one of my favorite spots and catching up on some reading. However, I also like to entertain and ensuring that the food is star quality but easy to prepare is the need of the hour. One such dish that I enjoy creating is my Charmoula spice. It's a spice blend of spices and herbs coming together in a perfect balance. They go great with some mutton chops and roasting in the oven or cooking in a pan. Such an easy dish, 15 minutes of prep, but the Charmoula spice is the key trick here. Don't forget to get into the description to actually read the recipe and get the right ratios. Let's get to cooking it. The trick to this entire mutton chops prep is the Charmoula spice. So while I use a lot of tricks that I've learned all through my career, you have ingredients in this that are readily available in most kitchens. I like to prep this the night before and leave it out at room temperature to ferment and get more sharper. A mix of all spices like cinnamon, cloves, cumin, coriander, some sumac, along with great herbs like the cilantro and a dash of lemon juice coming together, along with smoked paprika powder, and not forgetting olive oil to emulsify this entire mix. You create this, leave it out at room temperature overnight, and it's ready to marinate. Now, for me, easy cooking, or rather lazy cooking, is the need of the hour, especially over the weekend. And my mutton chops to marinate can be quite a messy affair, so a Ziploc comes handy out here. All I'm going to do is, I've got about 2 kgs of mutton chops. I'm just going to put it right into this bag so that everything marinates really well. With the chops neatly secured in the bag, all I'm going to do now is add my Charmoula blend to it. And this has an overload of salt because I like to keep it all together. So give it a gentle mix, and about 6 to 8 tablespoons of this goes right in to marinate the entire meat. You can pick and choose how much ever you want based on the spice levels and the more pronounced flavor that you require in this dish. So I'm going to use nearly 6 to 8 tablespoons of this, and maybe another tablespoon later just when I'm cooking it. All this requires is a subtle sprinkling of some sea salt right in, and now it's the fun part, which is going to allow everything to marinate and get the deepest of color. Mix it together, and this way you don't even dirty your hands and have a spice blend that you're not interested in removing out easily. And we're just going to allow this to sit for an hour while we chill out, as it's the weekend, and then we are going to get to cooking this straight in a pan. Having allowed this to sit for nearly an hour, all this requires is to go into a cast iron pan, and it's that simple. So I'll cook it on the slowest possible simmer, and this goes straight into the garbage. So easy, no hands dirty, and it's so beautiful to create. We're just going to put this in the pan. This has gone. We're just going to allow it to get nice and hot, cover it, and cook it on the slowest possible simmer for a good 1 hour. It will release out some of its water in the last 10 minutes, or maybe an additional 10 minutes we'll just take to dry up the water, creating the perfect mutton chop. Halfway through the process, I'm just going to turn the chops so the ones on top go down to the bottom. And here it goes, covered to cook for the next half an hour on the slowest possible simmer. 1 hour up, and all we need to do is switch off the flame. These beautiful Charmoula spice mutton chops are cooked perfect in the pan. While I've cooked it in the pan, you can always go down my favorite route. Just put it into a baking tray, wrap it with a foil, and put it into a preheated oven at 160 degrees Celsius and bake it for a good 1 hour. The flavors are sharp, pronounced, and one of the easiest methods of cooking it. We're just going to allow this meat to rest because resting meat is extremely important to allow the flavors to merge and the meat get the most succulent goodness and softness. Don't forget to share loads of love by hitting on the like button, and as I always say, don't forget to subscribe. This meal is going to be a great dinner paired beautifully with some pita, some hummus and some marinated olives on the side.